I was beaten as a child, and nothing happened. I grew up normal. Sound familiar? Maybe you even say this yourself? Then this post is for you. My father beat me throughout my entire childhood. He wasn't a violent drunk or a socially dysfunctional person. He simply believed it was the right thing to do. It was only when I was about 15 that I gathered the courage to ask, why? Because I can't imagine how a child could do something so terrible that someone many times bigger and stronger would start hitting them for it. My father said, "You should be glad I don't kill you. I'm just teaching you." That day I had brought home a C in physics for the term, 3 B's, 1 C, and the rest A's. My father said, "Bring me the belt." Before, I would obediently bring that cursed belt. But that day I said, "No, do they beat you at work for mistakes or not trying hard enough?" That day my father beat me with particular fury, until I was black and blue. So you learn not to talk back to your father. I was always afraid of him. Only afraid. I didn't love him. But of course, I pretended to be the proper loving daughter. How else could I survive? His favorite phrase was, "I should start beating you every Saturday so you don't turn bad." And until I was 24, while I lived in his house, you know the phrase, "As long as you live in my house." I was afraid to come home on Saturdays from school, from work. I believed, I was certain, that sooner or later he would start beating me again. Why am I remembering this now, at 45? I'm an adult woman. I have a loving husband and 2 children. A good job. I have long been financially supporting my parents. A month ago, my father suffered a stroke. My mother became very active. "Come, help, let's clear the room. You need somewhere to stay. You can't be traveling across the city every day." Yes. They decided I would leave my family and move back in with my parents to wash the body and feed a partially paralyzed father with a spoon. My mother is also not young anymore and can't handle lifting him. I said I would pay for a nursing home. That is all I can do for him. For 2 weeks we argued. More precisely, she called and screamed, and I listened. I asked if she had anything substantive to say. If not, I hung up. Phrases like, "How will you look your father in the eyes, you ungrateful girl?" And, "I'd like to see your children send you to a nursing home one day," were especially frequent. As I write this, my eyebrow is twitching again. The nervous tick is back. They fed you, clothed you, educated you. I grew up in the 90s. We were fed by a garden I worked in like a slave my entire childhood, alongside adults. The treatment for the consequences, a damaged spine and women's health issues, still costs me a lot today. I studied on a state-funded place. What did my parents give me? An existential fear of men. I love my husband. My husband is a kind and gentle man. And he doesn't know that I flinch every time he raises his voice. Not at me, just in general. If he drops something and swears, I jump and start scanning the room thinking, what did I do wrong? Did I hang the toilet paper the wrong way? Didn't I sweep properly? Did I leave a dirty spoon on the table? Crumbs on the floor? It lasts only a few seconds. It's just a reflex. But it's with me forever. And neither therapy nor medication helps. Today the nursing home staff informed me that they had taken my father from the hospital. A private ambulance transported him. My presence wasn't required. I set up automatic payments in my banking app. My mother called. She screamed things like, "Will you send me away too? Ask me for something then. I'll never help you with your kids again." I laughed nervously. They didn't really help me anyway. They demanded grandchildren? Yes. So we're like everyone else. Did they help care for them? No. Sometimes they took them when the children were already in school and didn't need supervision. What do I feel? Shame. I feel like a bad daughter. And shame that I'm a grown, successful woman who is still afraid of her father. Even though he can't even lift a spoon, let alone hit me. But I'm still terrified of the unrealistic idea that one day he might come to me. And pain. Because I love my father very much. The abstract father, you know, the one from a picture. Who lifts you into the air. Walks you to school holding your hand. Blows on your scraped knees. Says, "Don't cry, we'll figure it out." When you come to him with problems. The father I never actually had. If you are raising a child right now and thinking, "I was beaten and I turned out fine," No, you didn't turn out fine. You either grew into the same kind of monster as my father, or into a broken, traumatized person like me.